Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you Scrub Zero. And so I took a look on one of the sites covering the Steelers about how Mr. Trubisky should feel like he's been hoodwinked or bamboozled, something along those lines, about the opportunity to start, because they drafted old boy from around the corner, Kenny Pickett, and he made the point because Kenny Pickett's an older rookie, 24 years old. They ain't trying to wait for him. They want him to start right away. I mean, when you get a rookie, if you feel he's really ready, you're gonna try to fast track him. And we know what the Steelers are about. So in that regard, like I thought about it, because in that regard, I'm like, all right, that's fair. Early on, I'm like, all right, you completely BS. Now, here's what I'll say, but I understand the point. I will say this to counter. Mitchell Trubisky had his opportunity in Chicago. He did not maximize it. He did not prove he was a franchise guy. It's unfortunate, but that's how it was. He was a backup in Buffalo. And then he signed with Pittsburgh for an opportunity to start. Obviously, he still had a young quarterback, because he's a young quarterback himself. He ain't that old. So I wouldn't say young, but he's younger than a lot of the established guys. He's younger than like Aaron Rodgers, but he's still in his 20s. Mitchell Trubisky is, if I remember correctly. And Dwayne Haskins was going to compete with him along with Mason Rudolph. We knew Mason Rudolph probably wouldn't have starting job. Let's be honest. Because I don't know why the Steelers holding on to him. He is not good, but he knows the system, I suppose. So yeah, he holds some value to him, clearly. I don't know what that value is, but clearly he holds some value to them. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep him on the roster. All right, cool. He holds value to you. Obviously, you had so he was going to compete with Dwayne Haskins. Now, obviously, there's also the sad tragedy of Dwayne Haskins, his passing. So that you would think that would have opened the doors for old boy, for Mr. Trubisky. Give me a moment, let me fix myself up. I feel like my clothes ain't all on properly, dear God. Too much information, I know. It is what it is. But there was also talk about if the Browns released Baker Mayfield, he would be, the Steelers would pounce on him. There were reports about that. So when you look at big pictures, like Mr. Trubisky, I would think would have the idea, like, listen, they trying to replace me anyway. They brought me in, but they would rather, like, they're not in love with me. Like, I gotta prove myself. And it's kind of where he is right now. He got to prove himself. Obviously, they'll want Pickett to start just because of that fact that he spent a first-round pick and he's 24. They ain't trying to wait. But Kenny Pickett has to prove that he can start. So Mitchell Trubisky, at this point, is like, listen, I'm not feeling sorry for Mitchell Trubisky because he had his opportunities. Didn't get it done early on. Obviously, he's still, like, he's in a competition situation. competition situation. So, like, what am I trying to say? My point is, he's a guy that's he's a journeyman at this point. Let's call it what it is. This is 13 now. He was the number one pick. There was a lot of expectation considering where he was picked. Whether it was right or wrong, there was, he didn't live up to it. So, like, if he feels hoodwinked, that's on him. I'm gonna tell you like this, they gonna give respect. The boy feels hoodwinked, that's on him. He should have been better. He needs to be better. Like, and not that he was terrible, but if you're talking about being a franchise guy, he was not that. Let's keep it a buck. He was not a franchise guy. And the writer who wrote that article thinks that Trubisky isn't going to get a real shot. Like, he's going to be on the outside looking in as far as the starting position. Like I said, I understand the point. I just don't agree. I don't agree. Trubisky should have played better a long time ago. But he has an opportunity. But I don't think they're just going to handpick at the job. At least I would hope not. And then he made the point that like, Mike Tomlin had inherited Ben Roethlisberger, and he had not. And he hasn't known how to go about switching it. But then, but can we really say this was a Mike Tomlin pick? Because I don't think so. I think this was a Kevin Colbert pick. Or Dan Rudiger. I don't think this was a pick that Mike Tomlin had the final say. That's only my opinion on it. I don't know, because I don't follow the team like that. But like, the pick doesn't feel like a Mike Tomlin kind of pick, in my opinion. From what I've seen from Mike Tomlin all these years, like this doesn't seem like the kind of pick he would make. But you know, if it don't work or things go bad, they're gonna be like, yo, Mike Tomlin picked this guy. Like there wasn't a GM and an ownership that wouldn't have gotten involved. But you know how they always do the brothers. And if it worked, they're gonna be like, look at what Kevin Colbert. Look at how Kevin Colbert picked. Look how they won't give that credit to Mike Tomlin. So to me, it's some BS. I think Mitchell Trubisky, he can hold up for some games. I don't think he can start. I don't know if I necessarily call him a starter, but I would have preferred him on the Giants because that would have been a competition. I think they would have had him compete with Daniel Jones as opposed to Tyrod Taylor. But I've made that point time and time again, so I won't hang up too much on that. But I don't think this was a Mike Tomlin pick. I think this is what management wanted, the GM and maybe the owner. Like I said, only my opinion. It's allegedly. It's nothing definitive. I do not know. But it doesn't give me the sense of Mike Tomlin pick. Mitchell Trubisky, well, this is what you have to look out for when you sign as a free agent. You have to understand what the Steelers' QB situation was, and that it was a possibility they would draft a quarterback. Now, I think maybe it's different because the expectation is in the first round he's going to start, but let's not act like them drafting a quarterback wasn't going to be a possibility. And they drafted 2 quarterbacks. So, let's have some sense. Let's at least tell the whole story. Like, Mitchell Trubisky ran the risk. This is what happened as a free agent. Like, he thought he probably had an opportunity. He probably still has an opportunity, but it's going to be more favored to the first round pick. That's just the business of the nature of the beast, man. Come on. So let's not talk about he got. If he feels like he's hoodwinked, he should go home. He should just go home right now. Because there was talks about the Steelers getting another quarterback anyway, even with him on the roster. That was before the draft. So if you're feeling hoodwinked, go home. If you're not and you like, you know what, it is what it is, so I'm gonna make the most of it, cool. But let's not paint some BS narrative that he should feel hoodwinked, then he shouldn't have signed with the Steelers. He should have evaluated the situation better. He signed a 2-year deal, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But I don't feel sorry for a guy who had an opportunity and it didn't work out. I don't feel sorry for him. There's a lot of players who've had opportunities that have gotten screwed over. He's not the first, he won't be the last. Is it unfortunate? Yeah, but you control what you can control. What he can control is his play. So he needs to find a way to get it done somehow. That's what I got for this one. So that's it. Leave your comments, hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the posts. And if you're feeling generous, you want to donate to the page, you can do so. Any and all donations are appreciated. I'll get to some of my videos and put some descriptions in there and whatnot. But I'll make sure to do that for this one. Cash App is Scrub0. SKRUBZERO. Just like my YouTube username. So that's it. Hope y'all having a great day out there, wherever y'all are in the world. And until next time, I'm Scrub0. I'll catch you on the flip side.